What's going on? Adam here, aka Captain, today bringing you another video. Today we're going to talk about selling and buying online. I wrote down some notes here. So a lot of people have been asking me, hey Adam, like how do you get your inventory? You don't have any direct access to Panini, to Topps. You're in a smaller town, you opened up a shop, you do shows every single weekend, and typically you have different product. How do you do it? I've mentioned this in different videos before. It's not the popular answer. It's not a fancy answer. It's kind of cheesy, but it's the truth. Grinding. This whole industry for me has been about grinding. What do I mean by that? I don't mean the gay website Grindr or anything like that. I'm talking about hard work. Every morning, every day, multiple times a day, I'm scouring different websites. Social media, Facebook and Instagram, story sales, Facebook groups. I'm in probably like 20 or 30 Facebook groups. My Slabs. I really don't buy from eBay. I'll explain that in a second. Other sites that just Craigslist, antique stores or shops, relationships that I've made, other people that just, for whatever reason, they have the margins or they have the room, stay in contact with them. There is ways to get product and get cards. Now, sometimes these deals, are you going to get rich off one deal? No. The biggest and fastest way to get the biggest margins, in my opinion, is a raw card, grading a 10, and you selling it for cash. There's little intervals between that. You can take those and sell them on eBay. You still have room. And I'm talking about 10s. 9s these days. 9s have really lost their value. I don't know why. I don't know why there's such a big gap between a 9 and a 10. That's a conversation for another day. Your biggest margins are sending a raw card in a bulk submission so that you get the cheapest value through PSA and getting a 10 and selling it for cash. Now, you can get the 10 and sell it on eBay. There's that 13%. You can sell it on Whatnot. There's their percentage. Other websites or anything like that. If you hear all the birds in the background, I apologize. The lady is babying 3 baby birds. So that's all the chirping in the background. Anyway, back to what I'm saying. So selling online and buying online, just grinding constantly, multiple times a day, retail websites, Walmart, Target. Just the other day, I went through all the pages of Walmart, actually found, I'm not going to give all my secrets away, but found product at a really reasonable price, compared it to some of the major online prices, Dave and Adams, Steel City, and I'm like, whoa, I can make money there. Looking for coupons of free shipping, like I said, relationships, taking deals in promo, and all that. So let's talk about eBay. Buying and selling on eBay, pros and cons. I want you to listen to this very quickly, or very clearly. Yeah, listen to this very clearly. Why you shouldn't buy on eBay. Again, all these things are my opinion. Take it or leave it. But this is Adam's opinion, not anybody else's, just mine. When you buy on eBay, whatever it is, sneakers, cards, electronics, you now become the new comp. The other day, or a couple of shows ago, I had a guy try to sell me a card. I pulled out my phone and he's like, oh, the last comp is going to be me. And I was like, okay, well, what was it? And he's told me. And what he wanted was like $20 more than what he paid for it. So I'm like, why would I pay you $20 more than what you just paid for it? Like, obviously you're trying to sell a dealer, you know you got to be under comps. And he was like, well, just trying to get rid of it and blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking, these people don't, I've had people say that to me several times, like, oh, hey, I'm the last comp. What do you think I'm going to pay you more and you just bought the card? Like, I don't understand what people are thinking. It seems to be something that doesn't cross people's minds that when they buy cards on eBay that they're the last comp, especially if you're trying to sell it or flip it right away. It's something that I've seen a whole lot lately, which doesn't make sense to me, but it is what it is. So when you buy online, keep that in your head that you're the newest comp, and now you have to somehow try to get someone to pay you more than what you just spent on eBay. It's probably not going to work out. What's the 2 reasons that I buy on eBay? 2. 1, to hold. I'm not a big believer in holding. Not that holding is bad. It's a risk, and it could be high risk, low reward, and vice versa. You buy basketball now, even though basketball is a different story right now, but let's say right now is the time to buy basketball. Not that this year was basketball. I'm just using an example. But now would be the time to buy basketball. You hold it until September and October. Camp comes around, trades, free agencies. Then you sell at its highest peak right before the season, just like football. All this football you're buying, you sell it right around mid-July, August, before people get hurt. You know there's going to be 1 or 2 major injuries. Someone's going to get traded. So when someone gets hurt, traded, all that nonsense. So trying to wait for someone to blow up in week 2, I think is a bad play. Again, my opinion, I'm going to be selling. I mean, I'm selling things 24/7. I'm not even waiting. I'm just selling. But your bigger cards, your sneakier people like Brock Purdy, there's that side that people think like he's not going to start. And there's that other side that's saying that he's going to be ready week 1, and they're thinking I know a ton of people that are buying Sam Darnold. I know a lot of people that are still buying Trey Lance. My opinion, Brock Purdy is week 1 starter. They've already said it. You have other people that believe that he's not going to play until week 4. So it is everyone's opinion. Brock Purdy's the guy. I'm not waiting for him to throw 4 touchdowns. I'm going to be constantly selling. Whole nother story. Anyway, 2 reasons why to buy on eBay. 1 is for hold. You know, you buy now, hold it for later. So the comp that you make now won't matter in August. 2 is your PC. If you're buying for your PC, no one gives a shit what you paid for it. It's what you're willing to pay for it. So buying on eBay for holding or for your PC. That's the only reason why I buy on eBay. Otherwise, I don't buy on eBay. 2, the bad thing is, like we talked about, you make the comp. You got the shipping. Buying raw cards on eBay, it's just not a good play. Now, granted, a lot of people say, oh, if they're selling raw cards on eBay or online, something's wrong with it. That's not true. It's probably more often true than not true, but it's still not true. There's sometimes that I have cards in my case that are raw that I haven't had a chance to go over yet, or I just did in a trade deal, or I picked up myself. So I haven't scoured over it. I'm looking to sell it right away. If I can make money on that raw, I don't need to wait and grade it. But it is what it is. So buying raw on eBay can be scary. There's also different angles, different way they position the cameras. You don't see everything on a picture, even if it's close. So you're taking your chance. If you do buy raw on eBay and there's some kind of deal, oh, that's the other reason that you can buy on eBay. Buying raw sealed cards. Take those cards and you're going to grade them. So let's say you buy, you don't have to worry about the comp for the raw card because all you're going to do is take it and send it to PSA. This could probably be a whole nother video in itself. PSA and SGC, they're the only ways to go, okay? BGS, in my opinion, don't even bother with them now. I think I have 1 or 2 BGS cards in my inventory. Hasn't moved in over a year, and it's actually like a refractor rookie, low numbered. It's a 10 pristine, which is really hard to get in BGS. Not the highest level of quarterback, but it's still a good quarterback. Hasn't moved in over a year. So that's the other reason. Buying sealed raw, you know, with the Panini stickers or the top stickers. Buy those. Usually they're thicker cards. They're hard to 10. But if you do get one, you get a Joe Burrow Contenders Optic rookie numbered auto. You buy it for $300. It gets a 10. That's a $4,000 card. So there's a lot of thick cards that I have sent, and I have barely ever got 10s. So it hasn't worked out in my favor. But if you do get that 110, it basically makes it all worth it. So those are really the 3 reasons why to buy on eBay. What other places can you buy? There's MySlabs. MySlabs is another network where there's not as many eyes on them like there is eBay, but there's a lot of inventory on there. When they started, all they did was slabs. Now they do raw cards. They do wax. I found a lot of great wax deals on there. Again, it's just about searching. How much work do you want to put in to searching to find that deal? There's thousands and thousands of pages. People are uploading hundreds of cards a day on that site, hundreds of things of wax. How far are you willing to sit there for an hour or two? It just depends on what you're trying to gain out of this hobby. Like if you're really trying to make it like a business like I do, I stay on there for hours looking for the best deals. Shipping's included in that price. You only pay a 1% fee, whether you're buying or selling, and goes from there. Talking about a selling standpoint, eBay, yes, eBay has the most eyes. You're going to pay the most, though. You're 13 or 14%, your shipping and all that. So you get one. The next bad thing with eBay is that you always get somebody that's going to say something crazy. And unfortunately, eBay 90% of the time sides with the seller. So you can do everything right, send it off, send it with tracking. If someone decides to say that their card is scratched or damaged, 9 times out of 10, they're going to side with eBay. You're going to have to ask for your card back. You're going to risk getting bad feedback. It's very hard to get bad feedback off your page. I have had 3 incidences where I have had bad feedback. All 3 not my problem. 2 times they did not switch it, and I had a bad feedback. The comment lasted a year. So right with one bad comment, you go down to like 98%, 98.6 or something like that. Luckily, if you have enough good comments, people will see that, hey, one person was a Dumbo, and they can see the constant. I just had one maybe 6 months ago finally come off, but I had like 30 sales in a row where people said awesome shipping, great cards. And then I had one person say like, my card arrived damaged, and it was a $5 card. Seller, and I refunded them, and they still wanted to give me bad feedback. So I had another incident where a guy claimed his card came damaged. The card was shown that there was a crease in the card and all that. It was there on the pictures. I called eBay, was like, get this feedback off my page. They said, yeah, it's definitely not your fault. We see what you're talking about, and they took it off. So it does happen, but those are the things that are tough with selling online, especially with eBay. MySlabs, 1% fee. If I could sell anywhere, most of my inventory is on MySlabs as well. Just the number of eyes on MySlabs is not the same number, not even close to the number of eBay. So take that into account. Social media. This is a very frustrating one. When I first got into the industry, Instagram was the place to sell. I can't tell you how many. I had to create a whole new Instagram for cards, and when I did that, I was selling cards left and right, like almost every day. Something has happened. I don't know what it is. Instagram now is super dead. And maybe this is just me. I have heard a lot of other people say it too. A lot of people are jumping into Discords. You can do a Discord. I just refuse to pay a monthly fee to go to another social community to then do deals in there. But then again, I've heard a lot of people that have had a lot of success, and maybe paying that $15 to $30 a month has made it worth it. Recently, Facebook is the way to go. There's a lot of Facebook groups for sports and cards. There's a lot of scammers out there. There's a lot of people. It's a lot of bullshit. It's a lot of posting your cards multiple times until finally you get that one sale. It is what it is. Every time I've posted a card, it takes about 20 to 30 to 40 postings of a card before finally find that actually that one person that wants to buy it. So when you do that, it does feel refreshing because you got rid of a card or that, but it does take a lot of times. You'll see the same people over and over in the posting group buying heavy, buying 80%. They'll list all these cards that they're looking for. I've had people say, I've been looking for Brock Purdy, out of 99, auto, blue. And I'm like, I have that exact card. I put it there. What's your price? You tell them, and crickets. And then you'll see them post that same thing the next day. How to get around that, in my opinion, is what I found is when you look in Facebook groups and you see the people there and you see they're posting and they got like 200 comments of all these people trying to sell the cards, run through the comments. Whoever the operator of that post is, if you don't see them interacting with people in the comments and it's just a bunch of other people or nothing, those people aren't serious about buying. I just skip those over. Usually I look for the people that are interacting with people saying, hey, PM me, I'm interested in this, or working out deals in the comments, and then they switch over to Messenger. Find those posts. Those are the people that are actually really legit buying. It can get frustrating. You could be like, man, especially if you're new, I had the same exact, someone's asking for this Sauce Gardner at a 175 red. And I'm like, I have that card. Here it is, so-and-so price. And they're just like, oh, no, thanks, sir. And it's like, that's exactly what you asked for. So there's a lot of games on there. For some reason, I think that there's this thing about where people like to be seen that, oh, I'm going to spend $20,000 today, and then they don't buy a single thing. I guess it makes them feel good that they post that. So it is what it is. If you're buying online, unless you've done deals with the person before or you know them, go ahead and use GS. I particularly like Venmo the best. I know a lot of people like PayPal. I have not enjoyed PayPal here recently. They had done some goofy things, just my opinion. But either way, make sure you're using a good and services where you can be returned. Make sure they send you a tracking number, coin to pick. Unless you know them or done deals with them before, just protect yourself. If you don't do that, you're going to lose out on your card. You're going to run into a scammer. Surprisingly, in 3 years, I've never been scammed. I've been scammed on the opposite end, where someone has asked me for my cards, and they asked me to coin them early in the morning. Like, I was getting ready for work one morning, and he's like, hey, can you coin all that? And I think he was using my cards to try to sell on another site with the coin. He was like editing out the coin or something like that. He was doing something goofy, because then he blocked me after he asked me about all these cards. I sent them to him. I send coin pictures, and then he blocked me. So I don't know exactly what he was doing. I think he was just trying to use my pictures of cards. But yeah, so just know that when you go into those Facebook groups and you go on Instagram, you're going to get a lot of people that want to trade. I don't do trades online. That's up to you. You take a risk. I've done one trade ever online, and it did work out. It was actually like a younger kid, and we both sent the cards at the same time. I got it, he got it, and that was it. But it was just, you don't know what the conditions are. You don't know if that person's going to send anything. There is a website now. I think it's called ViewerSnap. I don't know exactly how it works, but apparently both people ship the cards to this company and then they ship them back out to the parties. I don't know. I know there's fees involved, so that kind of like seems like it probably defeats the purpose. But there is that. So overall, selling online, basically, like I said, I'm kind of going to repeat myself. The best way to get margins and selling online is from raw to grading to that. So remember, you got your fees. There's lots of websites out there. There's lots of places that you can find deals. You just got to be able to keep searching every day. If you're willing to put in a lot of work and effort, you can find deals. It just takes a lot of time. It's not simple of just jumping on and being like, ooh, there's a good deal. Always buying in bulk. The more you buy from someone on Facebook or Instagram, follow the story sales. There's so many Instagram story sales out there, pages. Find the free ones, add them all. You can just look at cards all day. Find the ones that people are willing to sell under comps that you can flip. And that's really it. It doesn't take a science to do that. My main goal was to kind of just talk about, selling on eBay and buying on eBay, and people just trying to buy on eBay to then resell in the wild. And it's just like, I'm the last comp. Well, you're not going to get what you paid for, you dum-dum. You're going to have to lose money. So don't do that. If you do buy on eBay, the best times to buy on eBay are find those deals around 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Now remember that 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. is still California time, so it's still there. So reality, the best time to buy is find those deals between 1 a.m. and 6 a.m. People that posted their cards on bids like a dum-dum, don't ever post your cards for sale at midnight or at 1 a.m. because when it ends, it's going to end at that time. You're going to have nobody looking at your cards, and you're going to end up selling your card for super cheap. You're going to make it hard for us for those stupid comps where someone's like, oh, I found this card for $30. It last sold for $30. Well, that's because that person was a dum-dum and put their card on late. Don't list your cards that late. But at the same time, that's a good time to possibly buy, is when you can get cards cheaper. But then again, remember, you make a new comp when you buy a card on eBay. So be careful. Those are just some quick tips, quick ideas on how to buy and sell online, or if you're looking for inventory, those are some other ideas. Peace out.